friends are like old memories. They always remind you of your past, and we are reminding ourselves of the past episodes from this week of Good Company for the best of Good Company with me, Hollie Taylor. I'm Hollie Taylor. This is Good Company, and I love the constant reminders that I keep seeing about you're never too old to try something new. And Natalie subscribes to this. So she thought one day, I would really like to learn how to swim. I've never learned. She was 59 years, and she did it. She didn't just learn how to swim. She is now 80, so 21 years later, and she has done something incredible. She has become the very first woman of 80, so the oldest woman to ever finish the very punishing, and I say that with all the pain that punishing can encapsulate. I don't even think I could do this. It's a 26.2 marathon. It's wild. Anyway, she's the oldest to finish the Ironman World Championship Triathlon. In Hawaii, there she was, swimming, running, cycling, and completing this monumental race. Her coach, Natalie, says she's truly gritty. I would say so. She goes on to say that Natalie is a definition of grit and gratitude. Grateful to make it to the starting line, grateful to do something she loves every day, and grateful to inspire so many others. And yes, Natalie is absolutely an inspiration. So, that just sounds like it would be an impossible feat to learn to do A, swimming, and then B, to do a triathlon, the Ironman specifically. So, what's holding you back? What is something that you would like to learn how to do? I wouldn't mind trying some martial arts. It's Hollie Taylor, and if you get up just 30 minutes more than sitting down at a desk for the long periods of the day that we do, it's amazing how 30 minutes can change your life. It can boost your energy and your metabolism. So if you are at an office desk, maybe, set a timer. Stand up at a moment where you don't normally get up and go for a quick 15 or 30-minute walk if you can to get moving so that it can help your body utilize the fats and carbohydrates that it would use for energy production because it's sitting there anyway, just like we're sitting there. If I think about the amount of time I spend each day sitting, it doesn't surprise me that just 30 minutes can really change things up. So that is our challenge, to stay active, especially as we get into the winter months when it's much more easy to just be still, to sit, to be cozy, to adopt a more sedentary lifestyle. So what are you going to do to stay active as we get closer to the winter? Text in 905-338-1250. They say that we are not as patient as we once were. And I would have to say, accurate. Have you stood in a line lately and just seen the looks on people's faces? No one's loving that moment. Everyone feels busy. We're stuck in traffic. We're trying to get home. People just not able to wait. That makes sense. You think of social media, you think of our instant life. Everything can come to us so quickly. We can have meals almost instantly because, you got the drive-thru. You have the meals that you warm up in the microwave. And apparently, people on hold aren't staying on hold much longer. 9 minutes, that's kind of the max. And then people just start losing their cool. 9 minutes is it. So a good note for businesses when it comes to a customer experience, try not to be leaving people on hold for more than 9 minutes. Gen X, you're a little bit better. You are good for a whole 11 minutes. But anybody younger, 9 minutes and they are out. But I've been on hold once for an hour. I think it was with one of my phone companies. Because again, I was in it to have that conversation. I was not going to hang up until I had spoken with someone. And so, that was a long hold. I made a whole meal. I fed my kids. It got to the point where the hold music just became a part of our ambiance. And I forgot I was on hold. And then I hear this, hello? Oh dear. As I rush to my phone because it was in the kitchen. I was in the dining room. So yeah, how long have you ever stayed on hold? Like, what's the longest time? I think for me it was an hour and a half. But again, I was motivated. Most people, 9 minutes. Us older ones, 11 minutes. So where do you fall on this one? Text in 905-338-1250, the longest you've ever been on hold. You know me, I say kindness is contagious, and this is the story that keeps on giving. I love it. As there is a man who has gone viral because what he does is, well, in some regard, seems simple, but it's not. He likes to help people with their yard work. He makes it look beautiful again. So he goes to overgrown lawns and he will mow them down for free, essentially recovering a little extra beauty for someone who can't necessarily get out and do it themselves. So one day he was out and about, driving to a location, and he took a wrong turn. He stumbled upon an abandoned home with a lawn that looked atrocious. So he hops out of his vehicle, and for the satisfaction of it all, decides to start bringing back at least the driveway to life. Mid-task, as he's uncovering what was a massive cement slab for a vehicle, he sees a cat, which is clearly in distress, was not doing very well. The cat was injured, and so he called around to see if there was any kind of place he could bring the cat to so they could help the cat get better. One place would take the cat, Edgar and Ivy's Cat Sanctuary. And so he was able to do was bring it there, and they said, yeah, we'll take this cat. Well, of course, there's going to be vet fees. So he does one of those GoFundMe type campaigns and wants to raise about $10,000 for vet fees. Well, his followers went above and beyond, raised closer to $124,000. And the beautiful part about this story is that Edgar and Ivy's Cat Sanctuary was about a week or two away from closing. They had run out of funds. So this not only brought life to this cat, which now has a name, Espy, lives at the sanctuary, but also this sanctuary that is definitely very needed in that community. So both the cat and the sanctuary, a new lease on life because of a guy driving around mowing down logs. So shout outs to Spencer for doing his random act of kindness that is continuing to have a beautiful ripple effect. Have you ever wondered how crayons get their colors? Like the names, I should say, for the colors. Because it's very interesting. Sometimes you see a color and you think, how did you come up with that name? For example, Robin's Egg Blue. Have you seen that one? Maybe it's just more so in the UK. I don't know. But back in 1992, Crayola did a whole contest to name that color. And an 8-year-old boy had the name for Robin's Egg Blue. So that's back in 1992. Well, fast forward just a couple of years, and now he is married, has a dog, soon to be a dad. And the color that he named is actually the second most favorite color that kids use, even to this day. It's been decades. The number one favorite color is cerulean. Then you have your Robin's Egg Blue, and then you have wisteria. So there you go. The 3 favorite colors for kids to use when it comes to crayons. But I do love how a color that an 8-year-old boy named so many years ago is still number 2. It's Hollie Taylor, and I am loving how there is so much more education and research going into ADHD, dyslexia, those kinds of learning situations and the way people's brains are wired. It is so fascinating for me. And I've got a really cool story about 10-year-old Poppy. She lives in the UK, and her parents were so anxious because she was really struggling at school. And so they were thinking, okay, what's wrong? Is it dyslexia? Like, what's happening? And so she did her test, and it turned out that she does have dyslexia. But the test also revealed that she was a genius. And that's what we're finding is that these, what I like to say, narrow, spicy kids have such incredible skills. They just see the world differently. What once was considered something that wasn't good, like really, I can't even lighten it up. Like, oh, your kid has ADD or ADHD. Like, what was that? Just their brains are wired differently. That was kind of the feel when I was growing up, and it felt like a bad thing. And now, like, it's something to be celebrated. So Poppy has an IQ of 136. She does this test. She's in the 1 percentile of her IQ, and now she's a part of Mensa. No big deal. So her parents were so worried about her. It just means she learns differently, but she learns well, and she is one little smart cookie. So I love this, just how now, because of the information we have, we are seeing these kids with these incredible superpowers, and we are able to help them better channel it so that they can become the best version of who God created them to be without the negativity that was usually attached to these incredible brains. So, love that story about Poppy. Hopefully this isn't the last we hear of her. I can't wait to hear more about her journey. Well, that's a wrap. Those are our favorite memories from this past week. Join me for more Good Company live every weekday from 4:30 till 6 p.m. here on Joy Radio. Oh, and don't forget, you can also catch up by subscribing to our Joy Radio podcast. If you'd like to join in on the conversation, text 905-338-1250. Thanks for listening. We'll see